be about 30 minutes in length. I'm going to break down why Charles Alcaraz just beat Novak Djokovic, and he beat him comfortably. He beat him 3-0. I believe this connects to Judas, who sold Jesus Christ for 30 pieces of silver. Djokovic was the villain at Wimbledon. He was booed throughout the tournament for whatever reason. Now the Spaniard defeats the Serbian. Spain play England today. England's opening game at the Euros was against Serbia. Remember, it was exactly 18 years after Lionel Messi scored his first ever World Cup goal, which was in Germany against Serbia. I've shown you why Jokic was dominating the NBA with him being from Serbia, because it was a Serbian who shot dead Franz Ferdinand, which triggered World War I. Happy Sunday to you, Jimmy. God bless you, my brother. So I'm going to keep this short and sweet. One down, obviously, with Wimbledon. So I looked into the game like any major final, completely double-coded. So I took Alcaraz plus 1.5. Didn't need it. He won 3-0. I wouldn't have been shocked either way, but when you do these type of codes, you can't go money line. You have to bet smarter than the average person. So Alcaraz wins 3-0, really comfortable, wins his third title of 2024. It's all World War III, and I'm going to show you right now. And it connected to King Charles III, and I've told you Carlos translates to Charles. Spain have a royal family. Okay, it's one of the reasons why Spain and England are meeting each other, the royal family connections. But there's only one true royal family, guys. All right, Mary, Joseph, Jesus Christ. Right, so let me break it down for you. And I hope you have a blessed day. If you watch the England-Spain game, I hope you enjoy it. Don't get carried away. Don't be fanatical about it. Don't bet money you can't afford to lose. And I hope you all watch my Donald Trump video. I've put the code on my website. I've added even more things to it. And it's just confirmation, guys. Our reality is completely coded, and there's no denying it at this point. So I hope you all saw the Uruguay game when I was saying throughout the live, this could be a shootout, this could be a shootout, this could be a shootout. I said it about 10 times, and it went to a shootout. And Luis Suarez, whose nickname is the Gunman, equalized, and he scored the winning goal in the shootout. And he lives in Miami, where Trump lives. I was saying it throughout the live. Uruguay were winning. I said this could be a shootout. So, again, I hope you listened to that and went, whoa. He pretty much said that live in play. It's just, there's just no denying the code now. Look, 14 people watching, 6 likes. That's Trump's birthday. Right, so let me break this down. Let me break this down for you. So, first of all, I knew straight away why Djokovic was playing Alcaraz. You had the back-to-back riddle. Now, Alcaraz has just won back-to-back Wimbledons. I've been on back-to-back for a long time for you and shown you it, and here's another example. But Djokovic just played his 10th Wimbledon, and he played against Alcaraz, whose birthday is 5-5. 55 is the 10th Fibonacci and triangular number, and Alcaraz just won Wimbledon exactly 10 weeks after his birthday in Djokovic's 10th Wimbledon final. Now, Spain come into the Euro final with 10 all-time losses at the Euros, and so did England. I've told you 10 will be the biggest number today. All right? Look out for number 10. Whatever it is that you're coding today, look out for that number 10, because it's just started with Alcaraz winning Wimbledon exactly 10 weeks after his birthday in Djokovic's 10th Wimbledon final. I've told you in the Copa America, Messi's the captain for Argentina. James Rodriguez is the captain for Colombia. They both wear number 10. You know, England's number 10 is Bellingham. Dani Olmo's number 10 for Spain. So there's many, many tens at play. The Falklands War lasted 10 weeks. They called it the 10-week war. And that was between England and Argentina. So Alcaraz came into this Wimbledon final, 14 career titles and 2 in 2024. 142. On the day that Spain come into the Euro final with 142 all-time losses. So Alcaraz has come off that 14-2, is now 15-3. And I'll get to that in a moment because it's mental. All right, we know 142 is big because 9/11 lasted 1 hour and 42 minutes. And 1 hour and 42 minutes is 102 minutes. And this was Djokovic's 10th Wimbledon final and Alcaraz's second. Guys, all my numbers are just there now. Once all these games are done, these circus satanic shows are done, I'll probably be working till 4 or 5 a.m. on my Euros book. I really, really hope you can all support it. I really do hope you can all support that book because I've had so many sleepless nights the last month doing this. All right. And it's going to be worth it, though. So Alcaraz crushed him. All right. 6-2, 6-2. And then he won 7-6. The 6-2 is big because Queen equals 62. She was coronated in 1953 on 6-2. 1953 is the 62nd triangular number. Donald Trump was just shot at exactly 62 weeks after King Charles was coronated. Buckingham Palace had not seen a royal birth in 62 years prior to King Charles being born in 1948. So when I saw Alcaraz won the first set 6-2, it was done. And I posted it. And then what happens in the second set? He won 6-2 again. I was like, you can't make this stuff up. And remember England, their first game at the World Cup, where Jude Bellingham scored the opening goal. They beat Iran 6-2. Iran connects to Ezekiel, connects to Armageddon, connects to Trump. All right. So I knew at 1-0 that was done with this Wimbledon because of the score, because it was 6-2. Now, listen to this. The 2022 Wimbledon final was played on 14/7. Adolf Hitler was the Chancellor of Germany for exactly 147 months. Now, I did some basic math, something that I figured out about a year and a half ago. Today's date's 14/7, and 14 times 7 is 98. And I told you that Djokovic is on 98 titles. And I told you that he recently left an interview during this year's Wimbledon after 98 seconds. It was headlines how he left it after 98 seconds. So he stayed on 98 titles. Now, Queen Elizabeth II died on 9/8. Okay? Adolf Hitler became the Chancellor of Germany in 33. Alcaraz just became 3-3 all-time versus Djokovic. And he won Wimbledon, picking up his 33rd win of the year. England equals 33. Sunday equals 33. Djokovic was born 33 days before Lionel Messi, who won the FIFA World Cup, which ended 3-3 after extra time. Argentina have now won 3 World Cup finals and lost 3 World Cup finals. This game was in London, England. Modern-day Freemasonry was founded in London, England in 1717. And the highest degree of Freemasonry is 33 degrees. Now, Djokovic just picked up his 3rd Wimbledon loss final. All the threes, guys, just at any point, they're going to announce World War III. Djokovic dropped to 7-3 all time in Wimbledon finals. Queen equals 73. She was married to Philip for 73 years. Brady retired 7-3 in Super Bowls. The last Super Bowl he won was Super Bowl 55 in his 10th Super Bowl appearance. And Alcaraz, born on 5-5, has just won Wimbledon in Djokovic's 10th Wimbledon final exactly 10 weeks after his birthday. Okay? Euro 2024 began on Donald Trump's birthday on the 166th day of the year. Djokovic can stay on 98 career titles as Alcaraz gets his third title of 2024. 983, like 98 titles, 3 titles, is the 166 prime number. Now, when I caught this, I didn't know this, but I did my research last night because I was up all night, baby. Woo! Coding. Now, Alcaraz just so happens to be a Real Madrid fan. Alcaraz is a Real Madrid fan. I thought, please be a Real Madrid fan. And I looked it up because I read an article that Luka Modric watched him in his semi-final. Okay? Luka Modric. I thought, okay, I'm guessing he supports Real Madrid. Alcaraz is a Real Madrid fan. All right? So I thought, okay, so he's coming in 14-2. Spain with 142 losses all time. But he can get his 15th title and his third title this year, like 153. Now, Real Madrid just won the Champions League in England against the German team on the 153rd day of the year, and they became 15-3 all time in major European Cup finals. And now this Real Madrid fan, avid fan from what it says, got his 15th career title and his third title of 2024, 153. 153 is the 17th triangular number. Jude Bellingham plays for Real Madrid. He was born exactly 17 years after Maradona won the World Cup. Okay? And remember, England are playing the same day as Argentina. They were playing in the Copa America final. So 153 connects to the miracle with the fish in the Bible. But 153 is the 17th triangular number. There's 17 days between Djokovic and Alcaraz's birthday. Euro 2024 is the 17th edition of the Euros. Remember, the opening goal of this tournament was by Germany's number 17. Remember, Beckenbauer died on 1-7. All right, Germany's greatest ever player. 17 is the 7th prime number. Djokovic just got his 7th loss of 2024. 7's the 4th prime. Just look in the third set, why in a tiebreaker, Alcaraz won 7-4. Remember that Charles was coronated at age 74. Remember Trump's presidential term ended when he was 74. Or Falklands War lasted 74 days. Or that the US Independence Day is 7-4. Or the recent UK election was on 7-4. So of course, the third set was 7-4 in a tiebreaker. Alcaraz just won his 4th major title. Spain are looking to do the same thing. Will win the 4th Euros. 2nd seed versus 3rd seed. 23, that keeps appearing. 2/3 is 66.6%. Well, Djokovic stayed on 23 wins in 2024. Remember, Messi opened the scoring in the World Cup final after 23 minutes. The GOAT, and obviously Michael Jordan's numbers, 23. And Messi was playing for Paris Saint-Germain, who was sponsored by Jordan. How convenient. With the GOAT symbolism, which is Baphomet, these demonically possessed stars who are being worshipped around the world. And I'm trying to change that, but it's very difficult convincing billions of people when I get 1,000 or so people watch my videos, which is criminal. There's 2 weeks and 3 days between Djokovic and Alcaraz's birthdays. 23 is the 9th prime number. Alcaraz just became the 9th man in the Open era to retain the title at Wimbledon. Wimbledon, Donald Trump, in London. All right. 9, the square root is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. Obviously, Djokovic just dropped to 3-3 against Alcaraz, whilst Alcaraz got his 33rd win of the year. Alcaraz just won his 3rd title in 2024. Djokovic picked up his 3rd Wimbledon final loss. Now, this bit was staggering for me. Queen Elizabeth died on 9/8. Prince Philip died on 4/9, and they first met on a tennis court. Djokovic can stay on 98 career titles, and Alcaraz can stay on 49 career losses. Queen died 9-8. Philip died 4-9. 98 plus 49 is 147. This final took place on 14-7. All right. Notice as well that 14 plus 7 is 21. And Djokovic just dropped to 7-3 in Wimbledon finals, 73, the 21st prime. How old is Alcaraz? He's 21 years old. All right. Remember, Brady became 7-3 in Super Bowls, then he retired on 2-1. And he became 7-3 in Super Bowls the 21st year of the 21st century. All right. So absolutely remarkable stuff. Like I said, in these finals, there was plenty of stuff for Djokovic as well. It's why I said take Alcaraz plus 1.5. I said you'd be crazy to take the money line. I've done this too long to be reeled into my pride and go, okay, it's the same with the Spain-England one. The codes are absolutely breathtaking for both. I've shown you that. I've got a slight lean, but for anyone going all in on England or Spain, you've not looked deep enough into it. So what I'm going to quickly do before I go, I'm going to read out about how Elizabeth met Prince Philip on a tennis court. Know that Margaret Court has won the most titles for women, joint with Djokovic. Her last name's Court, like a tennis court. I'm telling you, they make up these names. They make up these names. Unless it's some sort of destiny that Margaret Court became the greatest women's tennis player of all time, play on tennis courts. I don't know what to say. So, absolutely crushed him. Djokovic, they're going to say he had knee surgery prior to the tournament. No excuse. He still got to the final. It still took Carlos to a third set where it was a tiebreaker. So I'm happy that Djokovic lost because that guy's a demon. He really is. Then again, so will Alcaraz as well. So same with Alcaraz. So let's read out what it says here. Prince Philip and Queen Elizabeth first met on a tennis court in Devon. The romance between Prince Philip of Greece and Princess Elizabeth at the time sprang out of a summer encounter on the tennis courts in Devon in 1939. Ain't that the year that World War II began? Is that when they met? Yes. Yes. The future couple, who are distant cousins, just a little, let's just stop there for a moment. That you do know that Elizabeth and Philip were cousins, yeah? Can somebody give me a woo? Yeah, I do believe that Alcaraz does have the demonic spirit of Pete Sampras. Elizabeth and Philip were cousins. All right. So all you people out there who are still worshipping the royal family, they're inbreds. That's just the reality. If you marry your cousin and have children, you are part of an inbred family. That's not me being mean or being harsh. That's the truth. So these cousins married each other because they keep it in the family because we don't want to know what they're doing behind closed doors. So they keep it in the family. But I want to emphasize how they met on a tennis court, which just backs up my work. 1 second. That's a nice find with Alcaraz becoming 15-3, 153 days before his coach's birthday. The 15-3 guys, honestly, it really connects to Jesus. All right, with the fish. Big number. And Queen Elizabeth, by the way, was coronated on the 153rd day of the year. So you can't make this stuff up. All right, these numbers are just remarkable. That is another reason why Real Madrid became 15-3 in European Cup finals, and they had to do it in England, where Elizabeth was coronated on the 153rd day of the year. And obviously, the kings of Europe, Real Madrid, had to win. In London, now England has a king. And it was like perfect timing, eh? Perfect timing. for the final to be in Wembley Stadium. So I'll continue reading it. The future couple, who are distant cousins, had been at the same gatherings on a number of occasions. When Philip was 13 and the princess was 8, they both attended the 1934 wedding of Philip's cousin, Princess Marina. It reminds me of this Marina Abramovich, later Duchess of Kent, and Elizabeth's uncle, Prince George. Oh my word, another George. I didn't know Elizabeth's uncle was Prince George. Let me mark that one down. Duke of Kent. So, okay. How interesting that she had an uncle called Prince George. Remember the referee today in the England game was born on St. George's Day? They were also both guests at the coronation of George VI in 1937. But it was at the Royal Naval College in Dartmouth, Devon, when King George VI and Queen Elizabeth visited with their 2 daughters, that the pair had their first publicized meeting in July 1939. So July, obviously, this is when this final takes place. King George VI's official biographer, Sir John Wheeler Bennett, just sounds pompous, doesn't it, that name, said the princess fell for Philip at once on that pivotal weekend. Now, this next bit's going to give you goosebumps, and this shouldn't be happening with a 13-year-old girl. This was the man with whom Princess Elizabeth had been in love with from their first meeting, he wrote. Listen to this. 13-year-old Elizabeth was introduced to Philip, who was just 18, at the house of the captain of the college, later Admiral Sir Frederick Dalrymple Hamilton. So you've got Elizabeth falling in love at age 13 with 18-year-old Prince Philip. First of all, that's pretty disturbing. All right? 13-year-old with an 18-year-old. But let's go to Revelation 13:18. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. You're going to tell me it's a coincidence that Elizabeth fell in love at 13 with an 18-year-old, and I've shown you that they both connect to Satan? All right, undeniably. 2 of the other cadets had contracted mumps, so Philip was the only one allowed to meet them. Again, very, very convenient. Handsome, blonde-haired, athletic Philip caught Elizabeth's eye as he entertained her by jumping over tennis nets. Marion Crawford, Elizabeth's governess, recalled, I thought he showed off a good deal. But the princess was entranced, guys. She was entranced by a guy jumping over tennis courts. All right? She never took her eyes off him the whole time. Well, for somebody to say that she never took her eyes off him the whole time, that means that person never took their eyes off Elizabeth. Can somebody give me a woo? To say Elizabeth never took her eyes off Philip, that means somebody is never taking their eyes off Elizabeth to confirm that. Guys, it's a satanic ritual. Joker didn't throw the match. Joker lost because he was coded to lose. They're not throwing matches, mate. Most of the money was on Alcaraz. I looked it up. Most people took Alcaraz. He didn't throw the game. He lost because of the code. He's won all of his championships because of the code. It was in the newspaper for not taking the vaccine because of the code. All right? He did not throw a game. If England win today, Spain didn't throw the game, or vice versa. You got to let go of that. He didn't throw anything. He lost because it was destined for him to lose. Straight up. Okay? Just like it almost seems like destiny that Philip and Elizabeth got together and got married, and she dies at 96 and he's dead at 99 on the 99th day of the year. All right. Although Elizabeth was smitten, again, this is a 13-year-old girl smitten with an 18-year-old. Stories that Philip had thoughts of marrying teenage Elizabeth when they met at Dartmouth were, according to the Duke, wide of the mark. The mark of the beast. Well, we'd meet at Dartmouth, and as far as I was concerned, it was very amusing. Going on board the yacht and meeting them and that sort of thing, and that was that, he told biographer Basil Boothroyd. Again, these names are straight out of like Charles Dickens' novel. The pair maintained a regular correspondence and met on several more occasions. Philip was also invited to spend the Christmas of 1943 with the royal family at Windsor. In an attempt to stop any gossip about their relationship, the princess switched the photograph of a clean-shaven Philip, which she kept in her room, with one of him sporting a large beard. But by the end of the war, newspapers were already speculating about romance. Elizabeth and Philip began to talk of getting engaged while at Balmoral. Remember, she died in Balmoral Castle, guys, in Scotland, during the summer of 1946. What, you mean the year that Trump was born? But any confirmation was delayed until the princess turned 21. That's when she got married. Another reason why this 21-year-old won today to drop Djokovic to 7-3, the 21st prime, and had returned from a key royal tour of South Africa with her parents. Remember, South Africa just won the Rugby World Cup, which I coded. The Duke revealed we used to correspond occasionally. You see, it's difficult to visualize. I suppose if I had just been a casual acquaintance, it would have all been frightfully significant. But if you're related, I mean, I knew half the people here, they were all relations. It isn't so extraordinary to be on kind of family relationship terms with somebody. Well, it is pretty strange when you marry your cousin, all right, and have 4 children with them. You don't necessarily have to think about marriage. I suppose one thing led to another. I suppose I began to think about it seriously. Oh, let me think now. When I got back in 46 and went to Balmoral, Philip applied for British nationality and in February 1947 became a naturalized British subject, renouncing his Greek royal title and adopting the surname of Mountbatten. Guys, remember coronavirus, the variants Alpha, Delta, Omicron, Greek letters of the alphabet. Prince Philip said when he dies, he wants to come back as a deadly pandemic. I think this is all coincidence. First celebrity to test positive for COVID, Tom Hanks, moved to Greece. 5 months later, in July 1947, it was officially announced by Buckingham Palace that he was to marry the princess. All right. So I could go on. I don't need to go on. I've proven my work at this point. It revolves around all the events that I talk about, all of the people that I talk about. Okay, there's no denying it at this point. This Charles Alcaraz, all right, just won Wimbledon in England, connected to the royal family, connected to Real Madrid. All right, it's the same stuff, day in, day out, day in, day out. Yeah, I bet it was a crazy Christmas dinner, yeah? Did Djokovic stay on 97 wins at Wimbledon? We know the Queen died in the 97th year of her life. She died on 8-9, the 24th prime. He stayed on 24 Grand Slams. If you want to know my code for the Euros, you can sign up to my website. It's all there. If you want to access the work, guys, I put hours into this work. Like hours and hours and hours. You don't just come in my live stream and say who's winning the Euros. It doesn't really work like that. Do you know what I mean? Go with whatever you want. The England game starts in less than 3 hours. Yeah, King Charles was exactly 907 months old today. That's the 155th prime number. Coronavirus equals 155. Operation Warp Speed was 15.5, rushing out the vaccines. Claydex, the pandemic simulation, was on 15.5. All you need to do is read Revelation 15.5. You'll see why Brady was 15-5 for the season when he won his last Super Bowl. You'll see why Kobe, who's taken more shots than any player in the history of the NBA, was inducted into the NBA Hall of Fame by Michael Jordan on 15.5. You'll see it all. So I'm Wimbledon equals 97. Interesting. He may stay on that. He may stay on that. It looks like Alcaraz is the guy now. He won back-to-back Wimbledons. I think he won back-to-back French Opens. It looks like Alcaraz is the guy at 21 to be doing what he's doing is outrageous. All right, heard him talk. I guess he's speaking in his second language, isn't he? But he's got a bit of a lisp. God bless you, Riddler, in the chat. So, yeah, let's see what happens. Whatever it is that you decide to do, good luck. If you haven't watched my Donald Trump video, please watch it. Please share it. It is off the charts, the information that was shared in that video. I had a friend. Well, again, you know when you have friends, all right? You have friends. There's this girl I know called Stacy, and she's a nice enough girl, all right? She went to my school, and she was questioning the whole assassination attempt of Trump. And she was like, well, that shooter, he wasn't very good, was he? All right? And I was like, hey, listen, check out this video. And she was like, Adam, this is not you. Get your ass back on a plane to England. I'm like, what do you mean this is not me? And why on earth would I want to come back to England? Which is absolutely collapsing. So although she was like questioning like how bad was this shooter, it seems a little bit strange. She still won't have it that it was staged. All right? I'm crazy. It's just wild, man. All right? No, my code's on my website, Yat Life. Don't be one of those desperate people trying to trigger me to get my code. All right? I expose the code. That's my main role. I lead people to the word of God. All right? People do win tons of money off my picks. My hit rate's exceptional over 4 years. All right? Will I reveal it after the game? Yes. Yes, I will. That's what I do. I code pre-game, during the game, after the game. Why do you think I told you Uruguay would be a shootout yesterday when they were 1-0 up? All right? The shootout at the time was 5-1. All right? So don't give it this big one. Oh, you can reveal it after the fact. You're damn right I can, and I can do it before, and I can do it during. I've done it 4 years, and you haven't. All right? If you want my opinion, you want to see my insights, they're on my website. I give loads away for free. Okay? So don't try and be smart against me because you'll look silly. All right? Spain are there because it's about a pandemic and royal family. England are there about war, which I showed you in January. England are there for war. Spain are there for a pandemic. What would you rather have, World War III or another pandemic? They're both going to come anyway. It's just which one comes first. That's the stuff you need to be concerning yourself with. All right? Not idol worship, not just winning money. All right? It's way bigger than that. And like I said, very few people can comprehend that. It's so much bigger than, so who's winning? My best friend Nathan did it. I sent him all my code. And he was like, yeah, so who's winning? I'm not interested in those people anymore. Those people can leave my website. I wouldn't care if they're just there for that. So who's winning? Who is it? I don't know. I put out an outstanding riddle for England in January. They're in the final. They got to the final in Euro 2020 when I put out the riddle for them. All right. Did they beat Spain? I don't know. But I'll tell you something. Have I got remarkable numbers for both? Yes. Are they all very similar and overlapped? Yeah. Because the theme is Trump. It's war, it's revelation, it's 9/11, it's a pandemic, all right? It's all the stuff that I've been showing you. So the two teams that are in the final, they have similar connections. That's how it works, all right? And that's why so often these finals, the odds are so similar, all right? Djokovic, Alcaraz, the odds were so similar. England, Spain, the odds are very similar because they have overlapping numbers. Then you have to go with what do you believe is the main riddle here? And then in play, I get it right 9 times out of 10. I'll see it. I'll go, there you go. I think this is it. I'll see it. I'll see a substitution. Like I said, Watkins is going to score. Came on and scored, didn't he? All right. Plays for Villa. Prince William supports Villa. He's born on 21/6. He has the same birthday as the Spain coach. All right. 19 just came on for number 9. Queen's funeral, 19-9. All right. A funeral was 21 months and 21 days before the birthday. Ollie Watkins came on, made it 2-1. Saw it. Did I celebrate? No. Because I'm over it. All right. So good luck to you all. Like I said, do I want people to win money? Yeah. This world's fallen. Society's sick. Do I want people to gamble who don't have money? No. Because you're putting yourself in a hole. You truly are. Gambling. If you just gamble for a bit of fun, all right, to be entertained and win a little bit of money to buy yourself a Chinese or whatever it is, great. But if all you care about is who's winning and you don't even read the code, you just want to read the first line and then you don't read the code, I don't have time for you anymore. I don't have time for those people. I care about people who actually care about the code, all right, and share their insights. So anyways, there you go. I've just shown you why Alcaraz won. If you want the bet, I said plus 1.5. That was my pick. The bet won. Was it big value? No, it was minus 250. If you bet thousands on it, you won some nice money. If you bet $20, not really worth it. But the pick was right. I shared Djokovic's numbers. I shared Alcaraz's numbers. My website shared Djokovic and Alcaraz's numbers. Some probably took Alcaraz money line. Some took Djokovic. Some took my pick. All right. Some might have taken 3-0. All right. I don't know. No pleasing everybody, guys. A chef can't please everybody with the menu. You know what I mean? Anyways, take care. Thank you all. Yeah, Alcaraz is a wonder kid, just like Yamal. All right. I absolutely agree with that. And just before I go, because again, I've got tons of work to do. You'll see that Djokovic is coming towards the end of his career. You'll also see that Alcaraz is coming towards the beginning of his career. Alcaraz is 21 years old. Djokovic is 37. Well, 2,137 is the 322nd prime number. Georgia Guidestones were erected 322. It's Skull and Bones' number. All right. Alcaraz 21, Djokovic 37. And when you put their ages together, you will see that it's the 322nd prime number. All right. This is stuff I can see. Now you go to your local pub or you go to your local store or the local park and you say, what prime number is 2,137? And they'll look at you like you're mental. I know it because God's given me the gift of knowing this stuff. So I never knew that for 34, 35 years. All right. It's all coded. The 322 is about the Georgia Guidestones. And I've given you my videos about George before this whole tournament began. All right. And they keep adding up, guys. They keep adding up. So take care. Maybe I'll stream later. Maybe I won't. But I'm going to spend the whole evening on this book. And I'll do a live tomorrow promoting it. And I recommend you all get it. And I do. It's going to be about 250 pages of gold. Undeniable gold. All right. So thank you all for watching. Woo! Take care. God bless you all. Thanks for your support. And maybe I'll speak to you later. If not, I'll look to do a live stream tomorrow. Much love, guys, and God bless you all. Thank you all for watching. Woo!